Welcome, everyone, to Pro Baseball Central. This is Joe McDonald with you for the next few minutes, and we want to thank you for listening to us on all the different platforms out there. And if you are a listener on our website, you would be able to also download our podcast through iTunes, Google, TuneIn, Spreaker, Stitcher, and also if you ask your Amazon Alexa to play Pro Baseball Central or your Google Mini, you'll be able to listen to the latest episodes there. But today we have a special guest. Wally Backman was named as manager of the Long Island Ducks today, and I was able to get a few minutes with Wally as he was on a conference call with the media earlier today.
Joined.
Joe McDonald, are you back on the line with us?
Yeah, I'm back on the line with you.
Okay, go ahead, Joe.
Oh, hi, Wally. How you doing? Welcome back to Long Island. Wanted to ask you, you've been managing 20 years. What have you learned over the last 20 years as a manager, and how are you different from, say, when you were with the White Sox organization 15, 20 years ago to now?
I'm not a whole lot different. I respect the game, and I expect the players to respect the game. The things that I probably have changed in those 20 years is the analytics. I've tried to use the analytics as far back as I can remember, that any kind of whatever it might have been, how a guy hits against left-handed pitch and how a guy hits against right-handed pitch. And I mean, everything's available to you today. And I think if you go through certain parts of the analytics, it can really help you win games.
Now, not having a large analytics staff, you rely upon them yourself? Do you use your own computer programming? Are you going to bring in guys who are analytics savvy?
I'll have every stat that I can possibly get off my own computer.
Okay. So, coming to the Atlantic League, what was the major difference between that and, say, AAA? I think you may have answered this before, but what is the biggest difference in terms of development? Is this more of a winning league, or are you still trying to develop players?
Well, in a sense, you're still trying to develop players. You're trying to give players a second opportunity to get back to affiliated ball or get back to the major league level. I mean, there's been hundreds of players that have gotten back to affiliated ball. I think the number's over 900. And you have guys that get to the big leagues that come to the Atlantic League, like Hill for the Dodgers. Is in the Atlantic League for a year and goes to the Dodgers and signed a huge contract. So, you're trying to give these players another opportunity. You want to win during the process. Yes, it's definitely about winning. Sometimes if you have too good of players, you might lose 5 or 6 or 7 players throughout the year. So in the process, you're still trying to win, but it makes it tougher and tougher at times if you lose a lot of players.
Is that like the most difficult part about being an independent ball, because of the rotation of players in and out, players going to back to affiliated ball?
Well, I think that's a part of the Atlantic League. I think that's why the Atlantic League is without doubt the number one independent league there is in baseball, because I don't know exactly how well we're affiliated with Major League Baseball. I know that we follow all the guidelines and all the rules, but I think it's important to show those players that we care about the players and we're trying to get them back to affiliated ball. If it's the minor leagues or it's overseas or it's back to the major leagues, we're there for them and they can show what they can do on the field, and we get scouted very heavily. So there's opportunities for those players, and we're just a piece of it. We're giving those players an opportunity to show what they can do on the field, and possibly give them another opportunity to get back to the big leagues or get to the big leagues.
And final question: you're a year in Brooklyn. You learned how to manage in the area. What did that teach you, and you're bringing it to Long Island?
What was that again?
Your year managing in Brooklyn. What did that teach you, and to bring it to Long Island, managing in New York?
Well, I don't know that it really taught me anything. I mean, the one thing, Joe, that I've always done as a manager is, I know I played the game a long time, but I think the first and utmost important thing that you do with the player is you earn the player's respect. And once you can earn the player's respect and the trust of the player, then it's like a good marriage. Things go better. You can get more out of a player, but for me, I think that respecting the players is one of the most important things for a manager, because once you earn a player's respect, you're going to get everything they got.
All right, Wally, appreciate your time.
You bet, Joe.